10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan.
Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. 2 and a throw again. And that will be incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Henry. But he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a first chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 27. Steps away to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, Tua. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And now Tua on the option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
14. It's a gain of 11. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Beckwith. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st down, Dolphins.
Right back to him on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to pump the ball away the first time they...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. This is Gibson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
He'll run it, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed. On 1st and 10, Whitlock, flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Whitlock. And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Whitlock flushed out right. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
This is intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Whitlock escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To throw again, Whitlock. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
And out come the Dolphins now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Beckwith, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Let's go. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Eluding the pressure right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Complete to number 8.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st down, Dolphins.
And Tua going to keep on the ownership. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right. He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Whitlock being chased out left. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
And you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
Nope.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Hunter Henry with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Make a pick on 21-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Whitlock forced out to his left. For the left side, it's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And a route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Powerful running. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
First and 10 at their own 24.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Let's go. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Tua, a final shot before half. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Steelers 49.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
29-yard line.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Henry. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Whitlock buying time to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 22. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Only needed 1 yard. He said, I'll get you more than that.
Yeah, yard, piece of cake, right? And if you're a defender, seeing the back of the jersey and being able to read his name, not a good thing. That means you're in chase mode. That didn't go well for them on that snap.
umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, Miami.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Beckwith. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
He may try and run for this. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 19-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked a field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to try?
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And it's up and good. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Beckwith fighting down past the 45. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They go play action here on first down. Incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Whitlock escaping the pressure right. It's caught inside the 25.
Ain't doing nothing.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up second.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On play action, here's Tua. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Devin Bush, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that. If the Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 50 yards. Back to throw. Whitlock. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season. And this offense is running away with this one. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one, you're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. I got you. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. There we go.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua going to throw. That is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. They got a man. It's Woods.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
56. Mike, 56.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season as his guys continue to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
78. Dolphins 10. Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the 6.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line. Airing it out deep for Woods.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off Byron Jones. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but
I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Whitlock. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
7 yards to pick up there. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 17 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
Yeah, I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Miami set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
Here's Tua. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to...
It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Looking to throw. Whitlock dancing to his left. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it?
the Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about the four in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They're thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Flushed out right. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Operating from the gun, Whitlock steps away to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. From the gun, Whitlock escaping the press. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A big offensive explosion.